Good morning. It's Friday. It's after 9 o'clock, and we're going to have Alex Gracia here on KHEA radio. So if you're watching this and you're a fan of wrestling, you're a fan of watching, live entertainment and sports, you're going to want to share this out. Feel free to ask questions. If you're going back and listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you. Go ahead and share this link. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast. This is KHEA Radio. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's just after 9 o'clock, and we are going to have a guest here. I'm going to get her go ahead and piped in and see what's going on. Alex Gracia, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you? It's Friday.
It is Friday. It's Friday. We got a bunch of big weekend plans. Everyone's going to be going out. There's all kinds of wrestling going on. That's not the case, right?
No, I was like, wait, what's going on that I missed?
Yeah, no, there's really not much going on. So what have you been, first of all, where are you at right now? Where are you at coming from? And what have you been up to?
So right now I am at home in Schertz, Texas, which is right around the San Antonio area. So I've just been kind of hanging out with my family, which has been really nice because you don't really get to do that when everything's going on and you're busy every single day of the week. So that's what I've been doing and just trying to stay active and work out as much as I can. But I see that things are slowly starting to open up as far as gyms and all that. So just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, I've seen on your Instagram stories, you meal prepping and just working out, doing everything you can to stay at the top of the game. And I'm at my house, eating chocolate, watching cartoons with my kids. And I was like, man, I should be doing that. You taking that time to hang out with family and just kind of, I guess, stay on the top of your game. Is that what the plan has been?
Yes, I'm becoming this whole new person. So right when the quarantine started, I reached out again to someone who helped me with my nutrition, and I was like, okay, well, I can't make the excuse of I don't have time now because now I have all this time. Because I really do want to get into some type of cycle so I can stay organized with my food because it's just hard knowing how to deal with that while you're traveling too. So just been meal prepping ever since. But I mean, on Sundays I eat everything under the sun. So
yeah, that's me, but every day
balancing out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there haven't been any events or anything going on, and I know I saw something that you had posted online. I think it was in March. You were and it's a pretty big name promotion that you were supposed to go compete in it was an all ladies tournament for the championship. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Go for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's a really big deal, right?
Yeah, they're a huge deal. So it was just, I had that going on and a few other things, and it's crazy to think just a few weeks ago I was thinking, and I was I would be wherever I would have been at that moment right now, and you're just sitting at home, so that can get super depressing. And you're just, because then you're just well, I don't know what's going on, but then everyone else is in the same boat too, is because nothing's going on. It's not you missed out on an opportunity or you got something taken away. It's that everyone's just at home.
Yeah, everyone got put to a halt and slowed down and everything. But you would have been the champion right now. It's pretty safe to say.
I know. I think that's why I get even more upset.
Yeah. So, how do you handle that? You've worked really hard. You've been wrestling. It's a little bit over 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
And you've done a lot 2 years is a long time, but in a career, you're still, fairly at the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, I'm straightforward with everyone. I'm I acknowledge how green I am and how as many great experiences as I've gotten to get, I'm still inexperienced. I feel you're gonna learn no matter what throughout your entire career, no matter what stage you're at. But I'm still at the beginning stage, so I'm learning even more still.
Mm-hmm. So with you not being able to, I mean, even further your career because you had some really big things that you're able to miss out on. Has that been, I guess, tough to just to handle? I mean, mentally, and how have you been handling that? I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, like I'm someone who I like to put myself in a position to where I'm like, go, go, go. Because I'm that go-getter type of personality. So like, especially when you are starting to gain momentum and gain that traction, and then like a national pandemic happens, you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do. And I have to feel like I'm constantly doing something. And I think that's why I've just totally like submerged myself into, okay, I'm gonna wake up and work out and then eat my first meal and do this, because like I like to have a schedule as much as possible for myself, because like when you're wrestling and you're traveling, like your schedule's all over the place and it's hard to find that consistency. So I'm just like trying to like adapt to that as much as possible. And just it is, especially I think like recently, it's like I'm really like itching to get in the ring and like to do something again, because it's like, I mean, it's been months now
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of us haven't even gotten to see a ring or get in one and just do anything that feels like, in quotations, normal to us. So it's just a lot of like mentally like just trying to stay positive, and I think just staying active. So I've gotten myself to ease out a little bit by feeling like, okay, I'm still doing something that's going to make me better than what I was before. So whether that is like with my agility and my fitness and stuff, so I can still come back better and I don't feel like I'm just staying stagnant.
I like that you said feels normal, and then you had to put in to us because to the normal person, going into a ring and jumping off of the ropes, landing on someone, picking up and being slammed around. To me, that sounds like that's not. Hopefully, that's like my worst day. It's just like hopefully that never happens to me because I would probably injure myself. But to you, you would train multiple times a week. On the weekends and in the week, you would be doing shows and everything. That's your normal, right?
Yeah, like I would like call my mom and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, on Tuesday I'm in Mexico, Wednesday I'm in Ohio, and Thursday I'm flying to New York and I'm gonna stay there till Sunday and then I come back and then Rose the following week." So like it's just constantly go, go, go. And yeah, you're doing all that jumping off people off top ropes every day. It's like this is a normal night in the office.
Yeah, this is normal. This is normal to people who have that passion. Have you been getting calls from promoters? Have there been like schedulings and bookings that are at least like rumored to start happening again?
Yeah, like I've talked to a few people because they are just trying to like work something out. And I think a lot of people are just like, okay, well, who feels comfortable with this and who's not comfortable, and just to be able to get some content. So I'm hoping things start running soon. Like I have one show that I know for sure of that has not been canceled yet in August, because he hasn't canceled it yet because he's like, I don't know what's going to be going on or what the situation's going to be. And so I'm like, I have a show in August to look forward to.
Fingers crossed, right? Yeah. Where is it at? Do you know what city it's
It's
in?
actually in Vegas.
That's cool. Have you wrestled in Vegas before?
No, I have not.
And hopefully you get to in August, right? Hopefully you'll be able to do that.
I
Yeah.
know. Do something. I'm like, it won't be the same Vegas that I'm thinking of in my head, but
Yeah, yeah. How do you think that, I guess, the wrestling industry in general has handled this? Because I think like in Florida, AEW and WWE, they're still able to film in front of like nobody. They're still able to have these, weekly shows and stuff. Do you think they've
Mhm.
handled it? I mean, I guess the best that they can. What do you think?
I think so, because I've seen, whether it was like watching WrestleMania and getting just a different intake, and I think they've all been great with just expanding their creativity. And so all this has done is just made people like push more outside their box. And so I think really seeing that them as companies like are doing their best and pushing through that, and the wrestlers are still there and involved, really should give them a lot of hope that it's like, okay, well, if we can make it through this, let's just build that momentum, and it's just going to get even better when we maybe can have an audience and we can travel more and we can have these bigger pay-per-views again. Because
Yeah.
I mean, they're making it work every week.
Can you imagine how hype it's going to be whenever people are allowed to go and watch, live wrestling again? I even imagine, Texas City at, Booker T at the World Gym Arena over there. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of energy in there. I think people are gonna be very excited.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come back better than ever. I think like in the past year or so, or few years, like wrestling really was starting to take off again, and you have so many options. And then with all this happening, I think the wrestlers are craving to be in the ring, and then people are craving to go watch the wrestlers in the ring. So I think it's just gonna be like this big explosion for sure.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question. I've been watching, Brendan Steen. He does a lot of these promos that he cuts, and he does these highlights of him just like over the past couple years, and he's really good. And
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's so good at it. Who is your favorite at cutting promos? Like, I guess like in that reality of wrestling, era. You know what I'm talking about? The reality of wrestling, like roster rather. Who do you think
Cutting
is the best?
promos, definitely him. And he's like even inspired me to do like more of the like short story promos. And I'm like, oh, okay, like you can get connected with this and like you get invested in the match. And I'm like, oh, this works. Like people want to have like that background and the emotion behind it before they actually see everything in the ring. So he's definitely one. I think Will Alday has some really good promos. I really enjoy like Fly Def. Like they're just funny because they have each other so they can play off each other. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's
those are
cool.
probably my top people that always I'm always entertained.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was Brendan Steen, and he has his award, and it's a really cool award, the 2018 Rising Star, of the year, reality of wrestling. But it's even better. It's even better now, that it's 2020. But I mean, it was 2019 whenever he got it. But it's so good. It's so good to watch, and I miss those guys. I've had Will in multiple times, and Brendan Steen as well, and you. And I was reminded this morning. Do you remember when you came in studio and it was raining?
Yes. It just started pouring when I got there. I was like, great.
Yeah, it was just like, it was a very, just got drenched. And we had to go search for towels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I think it stopped raining, I think, once it.
As soon as you got in the door. That's usually how that works. Yeah.
So that was good.
Right now it's 9:22. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. My name is Gardy. I'm talking to Alex Gracia. Right now she's over I guess at home, hanging out near San Antonio. You've been hanging out with family a lot. Has there been any like restaurants or food that you've been, I guess like able to eat that we really don't have here or any other places? Like what have you been getting into that's not healthy?
Well, I haven't been to an actual restaurant yet. I like the most I've done is like for my cheat day is like order pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So, there was one day we went over to my grandparents' house, and my grandpa was like, "We can eat whatever you want. It's your cheat day. What do you want?" And I was like, "I want pizza. I want Taco Bell tacos." So we like got the Taco Bell taco box, and then we ordered like one pizza from Papa John's and one pizza from Pizza Hut because I was saying those were my two favorite.
Yeah.
And he was like, we're gonna get from both because grandparents, they're like, we want everything that you want. We're gonna get everything you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a good time. And again, that sounds just like a normal Friday night at my house. Picking out the best from everywhere. Yeah. So with everything hopefully opening up again soon, do you have any insight? Like when is reality of wrestling going to be booking again? Have you heard anything yet, or are you not allowed to say?
Shows, I
Mm-hmm.
think that they're waiting for approval from a few things because like even if we can have like a certain amount or something, but um it is open that training's going on. So that's what's good because the gyms are open in Houston, I guess, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, over here, like in San Antonio, I was like expecting the gyms to be open, and a lot of them aren't open yet. So,
Yeah. So the training facility is open right now, so people can go and train if they are pursuing the wrestling career.
yes, yes, and you can go in there, and so that's what's nice. That's what's always like nice about having there, and then you know that if you don't feel comfortable going into a regular gym yet, like you're just there, and it's a little bit smaller, and it's with people you know, and they're taking like it's probably the cleanest gym in Houston, to be honest. Like
Mm-hmm.
you would talk to them like it's like cleaning before and then cleaning after and then like extra cleaning before you leave. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the type of gym I want to go to.
Yeah. Are you going to be able to come down and train at some point, or when are you looking to hopefully get down here?
Yeah, I actually was talking to people recently, and it's just really a I'm playing it by ear at the moment. Um, like there are some rings in San Antonio that I'm probably just gonna start easing back into it and just getting my body equipped for it again because like I have all that ring rust. But yeah, definitely like once things are starting to get started again, I'll just like make my way back over there and just kind of see what happens. And then when everything starts happening again, who knows what will happen after that. So it's just a like going with the flow.
Yeah, just playing it by ear, I guess. But hey, so what is ring rust? How long do you think it takes for a ring rust to develop? Like if you're out of the ring for like a week or 2 weeks, can you tell a difference?
Oh yeah, it's like if I haven't been slammed in a week, like I feel it. I feel all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, more so this time because it has been months, like I know like running the ropes, I might get those bruises on my back and whatever else because it's like you build a callus for some of these things like when you're doing it every single day. So it helps a little. It still hurts a lot, but it helps a little.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like I need to build those calluses back.
Yeah. Hey, how can people follow you on social media? Because you have an Instagram account. I mean, you have a Facebook, but I think it's a personal page too, right?
Yeah, so I mostly stay active on my Twitter and Instagram, which is Alex Gracia 3. Same exact handle. And then I have my YouTube, which you could just YouTube/ Alex Gracia.
What does the 3 stand for?
So that was my softball varsity number in
Okay,
high school.
cool. I was
And I
talking to.
think 3 is just a good number. It represents a lot of positivity and a lot of good things. So I'm like, that's a good number to have in my name.
Yeah, it is. I was talking to someone yesterday about a number in a business, and he was like, "What do you think that number stands for?" I was like, "I don't. It might be the year they were born, or like they graduated. Like I don't know." But it's funny how stuff like that just hangs with you. But yeah, three's a good number. I like four. Four's my number. Like everybody kind of has one, and four is mine. Yeah,
Yeah. That you feel like this is me.
it's my
It's like,
number.
how is this for you?
It just is. Hey, so something else that's you is your name. You go by the Pink Dream. It's kind of just envisions everything that you are, I guess, right? Have you been? And I see your hair. It's still pink. It's popping pink. Have you been
It's
able to keep up
so
with
pink
it?
with the pink hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been hard. So I had like my hair done like right before everything was about to happen, and then I ended up just going home. So I'm like, okay, great. I have new hair.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the couch.
Yeah, because the salons just barely, they were open. Then one day they weren't allowed to be open, and then they were closed for a long time, and now they're open again. So I'm just imagine. I know for me, I was like, man, I want a haircut. I need to get a haircut, but you can't get a
Oh
haircut.
yeah.
So I can imagine, if you have
It's
pink hair, yeah,
like I was like I probably won't go back until like I know I have the show coming up because I know that I'll probably just get it done right now and then come back and sit on the couch and I'm like my couch does not deserve that.
yeah, Cool. Hey, Alex, is there anything else you'd like to share this morning?
Um, I think that's about it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just again, it's I feel like we're just like all in this together, and I feel like the most we do to just try to make the situation better, the faster like all this will kind of like ease away, and I think we're just gonna come back even better from it.
Mm-hmm. And again, how can people get in contact with you if they want to book or just watch some of your videos or check out your Instagram?
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, the handle's Alex Gracia 3. On YouTube, there's a bunch of random stuff on there, from like makeup tutorials to vlogs when I was in Japan to just other random stuff that's probably like, why is she posting this? but yeah, that's where I'm the most active for sure.
Yeah, that's the internet in general, though. That's just
Yeah.
like, why are people whatever? It's the internet. It's social media. But hey, Alex, you're awesome. Thank you for hanging out today.
Thank you for having me. Have a good Friday.
Thank you. You too. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.